Greetings, Goddess Body Mind Spirit community. This is Tyra Omelade, your goddess guru, your sister friend. And y'all know I love helping women align with their life purpose using the power of ancient wisdom and the goddess centered lifestyle. How are you, goddesses? I just have a real quick message that I wanted to share with you all today. It's in the hopes that it will help you begin to navigate life in a way with more flow, more ease, more acceptance. Many of y'all know at this juncture, I have been speaking about the transformation that my life is going through as a result of the eclipses. And it's almost like there's nothing being left off the table for me. And what I mean by that is I've been through this before, but I've gone through a time of questioning like everything I know, everything I believe. And it's hard when I kind of think about things that I've been a part of, things that I've done. And it was like, oh my God. I was like one click maybe away from a cult or just too all in on something that it didn't profit me. It profited me in that moment. Um, But, essentially, I moved away from it because I was like, "This is just craziness." It's kind of like you have that moment of awakening, right? It's happened to me multiple times, but this week I went through just a moment where I was like, everything that I teach in my mind, I'm using it, and therefore I'm like, "Okay, I'm not teaching things that I don't know, that I haven't used." But I just really got in this moment of feeling kind of like, um yeah, I need to really question my whole life. Like, I don't know what to believe. It's just how it is. It doesn't matter who we are, this is why when we hear people say things like, if you ever get to this point where you know, then you already know something is wrong. My window is open, so if y'all hear the sirens, my apology. Um, so that's where I am right now. And and I'm good with what I teach. I'm good with, you know, I'm good with how I live my life. I'm good with being spiritual and being somebody who is a guide to others. And this morning I was hold on, this is just too much noise. Hold on. I should have known. I live near a fire station. And so yeah, I should have known not to have that. I mean, at this time of day, do not have the window open. So what made me say I want to come on today is, to a certain degree, I'm processing my own stuff. But I honestly think it's a message that everybody needs to hear. One reason why I think that spirituality and self-help type of, activities and all that kind of good stuff can get questioned is, if I do it, why am I not making progress? Why am I not having success? Now, the one thing that I do subscribe to is, you may not get success right away with some of this stuff that you use, where everybody else is like having all this great success or whatever, and just praising it. Oh, maybe it's even education or whatever it is. But one thing is for sure, to lay down on your life, to give up and not even try, that for sure will get you more of what you have. And that's why I always have told myself, I will never give up on myself. I will continue until I find, more than anything, what I tell people is, I honestly think people are looking for peace. They're looking for finding themselves centered within themselves, and they want to be on purpose in their lives, and they want to have good relationships, good connections. I think it really boils down to that. That's ultimately what people want. And people want to have their basic needs met: food, clothing, shelter. This is just foundational to what people want. And so, and my point always is we actually don't really want much. But for me, having peace is everything to feel good in myself. And so, I've just gone to the ends of the universe to figure out what is it that I need to do to have complete and utter peace where I don't care what size my body is. And but by the same token, I will be doing everything I should do to love and nurture my body. How do I have both without this constant, okay, let me get up, let me have this schedule, work out like this and eat like this and log my food and everything. And it's not about that. Cause I know some of y'all gonna be like, oh girl, I don't do none of that. But yet either it's one or two things. You have exactly the body you want, or you just have accepted you're not going to have the body you want, right? It's not about what we're doing is what I'm trying to say. It's more of how can I just be at peace? I can be at peace and have problems. I can be at peace and everything be okay. And so this morning I said to myself, you know what, Tyra, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of you focusing so much on your misery that you aren't taking action to actually do something about it. And this is why I hear, and I'm y'all again, I'm processing, okay? So take from this what you want and leave the rest. But this is one of the things that I've learned through my NLP studies is don't be away motivated. Be toward motivated. Stop saying, I don't want to be overweight, Tyra. Instead, say, this is what I desire. I desire to be healthy. I desire to have a body that feels good, especially to my joints. I deserve to have a body that is operating optimally. And I do feel I deserve to have a body that when I look at myself, I feel good about. But I also want to have the attitude that no matter what body I have, I accept myself. I love myself deeply and completely. And my thought this morning is the focus on misery is really occupying all of my thoughts. It's focusing all of my energy, my ashe on my "Oh, I'm just so miserable. Like this isn't going the right way, and that's not going the right way. And when am I gonna get here? And when am I gonna get there? And like I don't have this or I don't have that. I don't even know all the details. I just know me. And I just said, from here on out, I don't need to feel good to take action to go toward what I want. I don't need to feel good. I don't need to have things be any way, nothing. I could keep a level of misery inside of me. And I am just being honest with y'all. There's a level. Now, I'm not saying I feel it 24/7, although I do think there is a low level of it's this something. It's like I don't feel right. I don't feel good. And people who feel inherently flawed might could understand what I'm talking about. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you are so blessed. Keep doing what you're doing because you're an example for the rest of us. But there's somebody out there who is like me. And we live at a low level of misery. We live at a low level of just you don't feel right. You feel like you're not enough. You feel like you're never going to get there. You don't even feel like you have all the support you could use or have. And we live our lives. I have lived my life trying to get myself to not feel like that, to take away that feeling of like, oh, I just don't feel good or whatever. And and I'm just not going to do it anymore. If I'm going to be in acceptance, if I'm going to accept myself, I accept myself in misery. I accept myself in anger. I accept myself in glory because I've been hearing sisters talk about, and actually, I understand it a little bit. They don't want to talk about how great things are going for them. it makes it and I think it's because there's so much misery in the world. As we say, misery loves company, that, people who aren't miserable, who are accepting of themselves wherever they are in life, who feel great about their lives, they don't feel comfortable talking about that, being really okay with being happy, right? I'm going to accept myself in all my success. I'm going to just accept myself. And I'm going to stop spending money and energy and time and conversations on the misery that I live. This is my declaration. I am no longer available for that. I am only available to saying, this is what I said I was going to do, and I'm just going to every day chip away at it. I can feel whatever way I want to feel, or however I feel, I accept it, but it's not going to dictate. So what I have noticed is this feeling, it feels like it dictates my emotions, and these emotions dictate my ability to do something. And I have a teacher or coach, I mean, she uses this model from the life coach school. And it is there's your circumstance, there's your thought about it, your feeling about it, your actions about it, and then you get your results. Okay. And so what she says, or what is taught with this model, is that thought line, it actually will trickle down into everything else. We think it's our feelings, but it's really our thoughts that we have the most control over. And when we can choose a thought that will lead us to a feeling that will lead us to take action to get the results that we desire, then it's going to work. And I've been using this model and I find it to be true. And so these thoughts of I'm not enough, I feel like I am like the most imperfect person, and it hurts to say that, but I feel that way. I feel like I am the most imperfect person. And, by the same token, then there's these other parts of me that's like, but I love myself so much. I love, different things about myself. But that's only because I just got to a point where I was just like, do I really want to live my life seeking this perfection, trying to cure all this wrongness in me? No, I don't wanna, and never and wait to celebrate myself when I'm so perfect, it's not gonna happen. So, um, I just am making a decision, I'm making a declaration today, and I'm sharing it with you because, honestly, I do best when I share things, y'all my messages resonate the most when it comes from my experience. And so I'm sharing this for me, but maybe it will help you. And do not follow me if you're like, I do not buy this or whatever. Just scrap it. Okay. Trust your inner goddess. But I am making this declaration today that I'm no longer available to um, engage with misery. Misery is more in where misery is like, I got to do something about it. Misery is now available to jump in the car and ride along with me. Because guess what? Maybe misery is going to help guide something. Maybe there's nothing to do about misery. But one thing I know for sure is I'm not spending no more money on it. I'm not, I'm going to continue to do the things that I know I'm supposed to do. I am a healthy person. I love to exercise and eat well. And I do not know how I've gotten in this spot, but guess what? I don't have to feel good. I don't have to feel happy, but my fitness pal is going to get my food logged into it. I'm going to get up and exercise every morning like I said I was. I'm going to keep working on my business like I said. This is what I said my life is about, is having my own business. And misery is welcome to come, but misery ain't welcome to that's not my focus anymore. So, thank y'all for allowing me to share my process. I don't even know if this is the right thing to do. I've been told you shouldn't share like when you're in the midst of stuff. And I'm like, but Isn't this why we think everybody's so perfect? Like, we're the only ones, the only screw ups out there? So, I think what I'm getting ready to do is just do whatever the heck I wanna do, and I just trust my life. I trust the ancient mothers. I trust my guides. I trust I just trust life. I trust everything, and I'm just gonna go on ahead and do what I think is the right thing to do because ultimately my goal is to share truth, is to help people step into transformation and to live as authentically as they can. And the only real way I can do that is to do it. Yeah.